We're here in September at Torrens Park, and I think if there's only one thing better than having a day at school, it's also having a day off school. So I'm with Emma, Zach and Chloe, who over the past couple of weeks, with all of the rest of Year 10 by the way, have had a few days off school. So why have you had a few days off school?
So in week 6 we had work experience, which was a part of our EIF and integrated learning. So I was in a few neurology and ophthalmology private rooms, and also at a place called Fusetec where they kind of 3D print models for surgical students to practice on.
So you would have seen lots of really strange and different things outside of a school environment.
God, yeah.
Did you see things, or did you see anything that really surprised you?
I think, it didn't come as a surprise to me. I knew it was coming, but I think the best thing that I saw was I got to go in on the first day. I went in and got to watch surgery, and I got to watch an acoustic tumour be removed from the nerves of their ear canal, and it was just the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Quite often when you guys are making decisions about what you're going to do for something like work experience, often it's linked to either things that you're doing at school or maybe things that you want to do post-school. So Zach, where did you end up?
So I went to a filmmaking studio called Merlin up in Norwood, and up there we just worked on content. It started off with like a meeting, and that was pretty daunting at first because I'm like, 9 to 5 life, and we're talking about business and stuff. I had no clue what we're talking about. So eventually we worked more on like projects and stuff, and I was able to be like using cameras, and it was really fun being behind the scenes, and I really enjoyed that. And that's something I've been wanting to do since I've been probably Year 7.
Chloe, you're rolling into Year 11 next year.
True.
And at this point in time, you're thinking about subjects and what am I doing in stage 1 and stage 2. When you think about the experience that you had on work experience, did that align with the things that you're thinking about doing next year, or change it in any way?
It kind of did. My first placement I did at Tesla, and so there was a lot more of Tesla energy factors in there that I didn't really know, so it kind of helped me understand more things in STEM. So I'm doing chemistry next year, so that's kind of helped me and kind of linked with that. But then my second placement I did at a PR firm called the Message Bureau, and one of their things, like they do a lot of things, but they do videos and they do podcasts and they do so many things, and I'm doing psychology, which kind of links with understanding some people, but I also did business this year, so it's kind of been helpful insight to looking at those subjects.
So you were in a highly technical space. When you think about the way that you worked over the course of that week, were there things that you would do very, very differently to how you would usually do in a school life?
Oh my God, even just the washing your hands. You're in a hospital, you have to be so conscious about things like hygiene and safety, and everyone around you is doing their own thing, and you have to kind of manage them and yourself. There was just so much going on constantly. You couldn't just zone out, which sometimes you can at school a little bit. You can be doing your work and you can really just get into just one thing, but you've just got to be conscious of everything going on.
Chloe, the experience that you've just had is probably really fresh on your mind. You've just come out of it. If you think about a conversation that you might have to have with students that are currently in Year 9 that are thinking about planning their work experience next year, what sort of advice as they start to go and make decisions would you be giving them?
Kind of just go for it in a way. With Tesla, there were a couple of emails sent out about the opportunity, and I kind of ignored them until it was like, oh, we still have spots left. And I thought, that's actually a really cool idea. And I ended up having lots of fun. There were a couple of my friends there with me. So it was actually a really good opportunity, and I learnt a lot. And then with my second place, choose something that you may not necessarily know you want to do, but it could be an option for you, because that really opened up my thinking.
We're really conscious that schools don't exist in a vacuum, and we're part of a much bigger and a much broader society, and the work that our students are doing every day in our classrooms, and with the partnerships that we're able to make with a broad range of external organisations and universities and institutions and businesses, better kitting them up for what their years beyond the gates are going to look like. You know, we are very, very thankful as a school for the way that our community often rallies around and supports those kinds of programs, with the support of our old collegians community, support of our parent community, and the support of the Adelaide business community, that provide opportunities for our students to be able to deep dive into broad areas of work life and broad areas of industry, and open doors and help them ask questions that they didn't even know were things that were worth asking before. We are really, really grateful for that, and our students are tremendously fortunate. These kinds of programs that these three and all of our Year 10s have been part of are fundamental to that passageway through school, and is a core part of what it means to be here at Scotch.